Hello, K-2 teachers. Today we're going to talk about NWEA proctoring for next week. Quick logistics, all K-2 in-person scholars will be taking it on their own Chromebooks. Each scholar already has their own device, that's what they'll be using. Let's take a quick look at the plan. This simply lays out which classrooms will be taking the assessment, who administers, and if they have support, and the subject they'll be taking. Tuesday will be reading, and Wednesday will be math. Makeups will be handled mostly by the lead teacher and the aide in the room. If you need support with that, admin will also be coming around for Thursday and Friday to pull kiddos that still need to be tested. Scholars will access the site using the apps kiosk on their Chromebooks. They do not need to log in. If you need any assistance with getting scholars signed on, you can call on NWAE for support or use the assistance you have in your classroom. Scholars' sign-in pages look like this. The session names have already been made. The password changes each time you log in as a proctor. Again, the sessions have been assigned and created by ops, so all you'll need to do is access them. On your page, you will see the session name and the unique password every time you log in. This is also where you would confirm the scholars that are completely logged into their assessment. The assignments for Kinder and First are Growth, Math, and Reading K-2. For second grade, it's Growth, Math, and Reading 2-5. Please make sure second graders are not taking the K-2 test. This should not even be an option, as OPS is assigning the test for you, but just in case. When confirming scholars to actually log in to begin their assessment, it's best if you do it in small batches, meaning that you log in a few kids and then push the confirm button. There is a timeout feature where if a scholar is sitting waiting to confirm for too long, it will kick them back out. This usually takes a while, but if you at any point feel like you need support in getting scholars confirmed and logged in, please call on the walkie and admin will be around to support. If you find that you can't find a scholar on the list of kids that needs to log in, they're having trouble logging in, it's not working for some reason, you may select the action, do not confirm, and then you'll let the scholar log in again. Sometimes if they're testing and there seems to be a problem, you can select the action suspend and then select the action test again to let them log back in. Sometimes a question in and of itself in the NWEA source is very glitchy and it doesn't allow the scholar to do anything at all. If that happens, you can click pause and then click resume. This will get them to the next question. Again, pausing and suspending solve 99% of your problems if a scholar has trouble. One thing we won't do, however, is terminate a session. We don't want to terminate a test. This discards all of their answers. If we find that we know a scholar won't be present maybe for some part of the week and we want to test them over both reading and math on the same day, you absolutely can do this. What you would simply do is after the scholar has completed one test, you can click them and say test again. And then it'll give you the option to assign a test to them. So let's say you know a scholar will be absent Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. On Tuesday, you might want to give them both assessments. In doing so, you would just click them, say test again, and give them reading and math that same day. Once your sessions are over, it's important to click End Testing Session. That's super important to make sure that it closes out, and in the event another person needs to come in and pull your scholar for makeups, we don't want that session still going because we won't be able to log them in. So make sure you end the test session and you click Save and Exit. This ensures scholars pick up right where they left off. We want to make sure we're getting every single scholar tested that's in our building. The best way to do that is to keep track as we go. I'll show you a tracker that we have here that you will have access to as well. You're going to be going straight to the Master tab. There you will see incomplete for most of your kiddos as they haven't taken it yet, but you can change that status by simply clicking the drop-down box. You can also put in notes to say a scholar started something and didn't finish. There's another section to put in the math or reading score. Here it just shows us what everybody's status is and who's nearest to completion. You will also see the login credentials for every single session. So for example, Cornell, they'll be going to Cornell R, that's their session name. They would open that and start that session. Same is true for Princeton in math. They would go to Princeton M, that's their session name. Additionally, in this document, you'll also see information on setting up for NWEA. You'll see the testing plan that we just talked about, and you'll see a presentation that you can give to your scholars the day before. One thing to keep in mind is that if you want to know the actual score and a kid clicked past it and you didn't see it, you can reach out to me. It just won't be available that day. So you would have to wait till the next day until NWEA updates their servers. Next steps for you are to go ahead and log in to make sure you can. If you can't, hit forgot username or password. You want to update your rehousing tracker as soon as possible. On that Monday, you want to make sure you know exactly who has the computer and who needs to bring it so you have everything you need for testing. You want to send a message to your families to let them know that it's going to be happening on Tuesday and Wednesday to ensure that more often than not they're there to get their kiddos tested. You might want to tell them the exact dates and times. You might want to tell them exactly what the test is in case they have questions. And then you want them to know that this is all to assess our scholars' growth in reading and math. Lastly, you want to get our kiddos excited. I know it's going to be Spirit Week, so you want to remind them of all those great things that will be happening that week. You want to give them some input on how to do best on the assessment as well. So I'm going to show you that now. There's a presentation that you can show to your kiddos that gives them a little bit of motivation before they take it. It'll show some strategies that I think are important for our scholars to know when taking a test like this. First, using scratch paper, always important. Taking their time. Reading things again if they're not sure. And then also to make sure they stay encouraged that the test is getting harder because the test knows that they're smart and is challenging them. And it's important for kids to know that if it's too hard, it's not because they've done anything wrong. It's actually a good thing. And then, of course, letting them know they can't go back. So it's important that once they know their answer, that they click it, but they don't click before then because they won't be able to return to those items. You can also feel free, once you make a copy of this presentation, to put in your login information to have it up on the board for kids. And then you want to show them the ending page. So if you do want to record scores, the only way to record them is to see them right when they finish or wait till the next day. You might want to give scholars a heads up so they know what to raise their hand for so that you can come by and see their score on the assessment. Last but not least, if you have any questions or concerns, please reach out to me. I'm more than happy to make any adjustments if you notice a kid is missing off your list or you can't find your login credentials or your session name. Please just shoot me a text or an email or a text and let me know. And on the day of course, call us on the walkie. We are happy to come by and support. Thank you so much. Have a good day.